The pubs are definitely less popular than what they used to be. They're nowhere near as busy than what they were 10 years ago. It's a shame that the trade is deteriorating, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's all to do with government taxation and availability of cheap beer in supermarkets and stuff like that, isn't it? It's got worse and worse. And the ordinary working class man hasn't got as much disposable income in the pocket anymore. And, so it affects how much they can spend in the pub. When my generation were young, or my dad's generation were young, probably 70% of their earnings was spent in the pub when they got home. Nowadays, you're probably lucky if it's 20% of the income. Yeah, these are inline coolers, so the beer comes out of the barrels in the cellar, the kegs, through a pump, comes down these pipes into here. These are full of ice in here, or very cold water. So it cools the beer in the pipe, goes through all the water, and goes back up through these what are called pythons, insulated tubes, to go all the way up to the bar. And there's water from here circulated inside the python as well to keep it cool inside the python. So the beer's nice and cold when it reaches you at the bar end. The busiest day, Friday or Saturdays are the busiest. Probably Saturdays, usually anyway. Because in this pub we get a bit of football trade as well. So. In this particular pub, we've only been here a couple of months, so we've got 3 months now. And it's primarily an entertainment pub at weekends, bands and music and things like that. And the football when the local team's at home, but it's, traditionally years ago it will have been more of, a locals drinking pub, whereas now you've got to put entertainment on or something to attract the people into the pub. Favourite part is probably the interaction with the customers, the locals, the regulars, because you meet some great characters, some really funny people like, and it's it's a nice friendly environment to work in most of the time. This place apparently, it's been several different things in its lifetime. It was a slaughterhouse at one time, and there's all hooks and things in the ceiling in strange places. And in the cellar there's a big stone slab where apparently they used to carve up cows and things like that. One thing that I don't like about the state of the industry is the way that breweries are allowed to let pubs deteriorate. And some of these old pubs have got great buildings, a lot of them are listed buildings, and they should be protected. And the government should force the breweries to maintain them and restore them, instead of just letting them become ruins, and they end up selling them off, converting them into flats or whatever. And I think it's a crime. And in 20 or 30 years' time, all these pubs will be gone, and it'll have a massive effect on the tourist industry and, you know, employment in this country. Because when you add up how many people in this country are employed by pubs, it's probably the biggest employer in the country, the pub industry. You know, plus it affects the tourist industry as well, because all these tourists come from America and Japan or wherever it is. You know, one of the first things you want to do is go to a traditional British pub and drink British ale. That's your bitch.
Don't swear on camera. Hello, you go.
You know, and then, you know, in 20 or 30 years, there's going to be no pubs for them tourists to go to. It's true, isn't it?